Vegetarianism, the noble way of living. Today we'll be cooking tofu stroganoff with a zucchini mint salad. What ingredients do we need to use first?
Well, for the stroganoff, you're going to need some unsweetened soy milk, a vegan butter, a vegan sour cream, white wine vinegar, olive oil, soy sauce, some cornstarch, some sea salt, some black pepper, a little bit of cumin powder, some fresh garlic, fresh basil leaves, fresh ginger, an onion, about 16 ounces of button mushrooms, fresh parsley, 1 package of bow tie pasta, and 2 blocks of tofu. And for our side dish, we're going to have a cold salad, and the ingredients you're going to be needing for that are going to be some black pepper, some sea salt, olive oil, 3 zucchinis, 3 carrots, 3 green onions, 2 bunches of fresh mint, and 1 large lemon. You have to start by putting your tofu in the freezer the night before, and then in the morning take it out and thaw it. And the reason you're going to do this is because it changes the texture. We're going to cube our tofu into nice sort of bite-sized pieces. And then we're going to be putting this over here in a flat pie pan so that your marinade covers all of the parts of your tofu. And now we're going to be making the marinade. We're just going to be needing soy sauce and ginger and a little bit of water. So first, we need to get the skin off the ginger. And you're going to try to find a fairly big chunk of ginger because we're going to need to grate it. You want to take the very fine edge of your grater, and you're just going to start off by grating this. And we're going to need about 2 tablespoons. Now be careful because you can end up with finger in here, and that would not be vegetarian. So we go ahead and put that in here. And next you're going to need about 1/2 cup of soy sauce. You just go ahead and pour that in there as well. If you can do this in a nice shallow pan, another 1/2 cup of water. You want to be able to really cover your tofu. So we'll start off with that and see if that's enough.
So, that one will have to marinate for a while, right?
Right, you can do it for about an hour, maybe 2 hours. So we're going to get started on our salad, and most of it's been chopped here already, but I'm going to go ahead and do a couple here for you so that you can see about the width that you want. And it needs to be pretty thin, especially for the carrots, because the carrots, although we're going to blanch them for a couple of minutes, it's going to take a little bit longer to get them to be a little bit soft. There's just enough water in here to blanch these, so it doesn't have to be a full pot of water. I'm going to add some salt and put our carrots in. And the zucchini, you also want to have cut thin, but it doesn't matter quite as much because it's a softer vegetable, and so it's going to blanch a lot faster. And the whole idea around blanching is that you have a crisp vegetable that's not completely raw, but it's also not cooked. We'll put all of our zucchini in. Make sure that it's up on high flame. So we're going to let that boil for a couple of minutes, no more. Now, the other ingredients that we need to chop are fresh mint, and you're going to need about, 1.5 cups of fresh mint. You will need to take the leaves off the stem because the stems are tough and they don't really add to the flavor. We're just going to chop this up. It doesn't have to be that fine, just sort of in ribbons. That looks good.
I'm gonna go hug my dog and we'll be right back.